So a while back, I had a computer that came in. It was a buddy of mine's. It was a Walmart pre-built, one of those ones that you get from their online website claiming to be gaming. And long story short, and I'll post a link to that video, the computer was junk. One thing that came in that computer that kind of stuck out to me was this graphics card. Yeah, no names, no branding, really not much going on with it. It's a GTX 650, 1 gig of 128-bit DDR5. It says VGA, DVI, HDMI, PCI Express. Has a serial number, made in China, but like I said, it has no branding on it. And it has a serial port. So a lot of times these graphics cards, you can get fake ones. This could be a GTX 650 for all we know, or it could be one of those older graphics cards that the BIOS has been reflashed to kind of trick the user to thinking that it's a GTX 650. So I'm curious on what we got with this. Does it work really? Because that computer didn't work, so I really couldn't test this. Is it really a GTX 650? Is it reflashed? Can it game, and is it really worth anything? So the first thing I want to do before I pop this thing in is I actually want to take this apart, see what kind of thermal paste they used, check the chip on it, try to get a little background or some information on this besides the sticker. I mean, anybody could put a sticker on anything and claim it to be something. So let's take this apart, easily 4 screws, and let's see what's behind door number 1. Alright, let's take this plug off. Well, first things first, no thermal paste. Somebody cleaned this off. As far as the die, let's see what we got here. We have to wipe this off. It looks like the number on the CPU die over here has kind of been scratched off, so I don't know if it was scratched off intentionally or if it's just kind of worn out just for sitting without thermal paste. I don't know, kind of hard to tell. But I mean, other than that, you got your memory chips over here, and I mean, there's pretty much nothing to it, no supplemental power. I mean, it's just a GTX 650. So yeah, I'm gonna clean this up, put a little thermal paste on it, and there's nothing over here. And we're going to pop this in the computer and see what it really is. Thermal paste, connector, heatsink, screws. Done. Out with the old. In with the suspicious card. HDMI, power. Alright, so we got a display, so that's a good start. And I'm already seeing something I'm not liking. Got some funky little lines going over here, so alright, crisis averted. I really thought this thing was kind of bad and not good, or broke or something like that. So anytime you switch out a graphics card, or if you're having any type of video issues, most of the times it can actually be as simple as a driver conflict, just a little software issue going on over there. And typically all I got to do is just go to DDU, which you can get it at Guru 3D's website. Download this program. Now the best way I recommend doing it is putting it on a thumb drive, especially if it's booting into Windows and it's causing those crashes. Boot into safe mode, use DDU. DDU will wipe out all the old drivers and everything, and you're able to boot back into Windows, install the new drivers, and it should work. DDU is a great way if you're trying to swap graphics cards or upgrade on that. And that's usually my go-to anytime I put a new graphics card in there. So now that we got that working, let's go ahead and let's use GPU-Z. Now GPU-Z, you can get it from Tech Power Up's website. It's a software that I use. What I like about it is that it tattletales. It will tell you the graphics card that you have or might not have. It would actually give you the device ID. It's a great way to find out what BIOS version you have in case you're trying to flash your BIOS. So got Tech Power Up GPU-Z's right over here popped up, and GTX 650. I actually gotta say I'm quite surprised. We got 1 gig DDR5, and yeah, there's no red flags that says that this card is a fake, so it's actually legit. I'm a little bit surprised considering how just suspicious looking that card is. So yeah, we have a graphics card that is what it claims to be. So let's see how this thing games. I'm gonna load up Fortnite and let's see what it could do. So Fortnite 1080p low settings, how does it do? Not terrible. which is kind of weird. Temperatures for this GPU, 40 degrees Celsius, which is pretty decent. I mean, 83% usage, of course, but yeah, for the most part, it's playable, and I died. So prior to this, I had been playing, and honestly, considering that it only has 1 gig of DDR5, this is definitely a playable Fortnite experience with this graphics card, so I'm a little surprised. I want to do more of a stress test on this, so let's switch paces and let's see how this thing handles a load. Another one of my favorite programs to use is Heaven Benchmark. I like using this to test graphics cards. I find it to be very reliable in the sense that it puts a good stress on it. It's actually pleasing to the eyes, so it's not too bad to look at it. So I've been running this thing for about, I don't know, I would say probably about 20-30 minutes. Temperature is at 45 degrees Celsius, but also I don't have the panel on, so there's actually pretty efficient in the fact that this little card and fan gets the job done. And I mean, our frames are like in the 20 frames per second. I mean, I'm not expecting much considering it has 1 gig of DDR5. So far, this little graphics card checks all the box. It's stable, it plays Fortnite, and yeah, it's definitely something. So to wrap up this video, this little graphics card surprised me. I really thought it was a fake, and I was surprised that it wasn't. GPU-Z don't lie, guys, and if you ever have a graphics cards that you're concerned whether they've flashed the BIOS to mining BIOS or they're just trying to do some trickery or tomfoolery on it, GPU-Z will tell the truth and will definitely tattletale on you if you're trying to get over on somebody with a fake graphics card. As far as the gaming experience, I mean, Fortnite at 1080p low settings, that was pretty decent and pretty playable. And honestly, these graphics cards nowadays, they're great for just potato computers, people just trying to play Among Us, Fall Guys, and I mean, even some Fortnite on it. So there is a purpose for them. So as far as testing it on other games, I mean, let's be honest, it's a 1 gig DDR5 graphics card. There's not much to expect. You're not going to play the latest and greatest titles with it, and you're not going to get the most ideal performance with it. But as a potato card, yeah, it works great for those games like Fall Guys, Among Us, some retro games, and surprisingly, Fortnite. So as far as the value on these cards, $30 to $50, and that's what they're going for on eBay, just depending on the brand, of course. It's a crazy GPU world we live in, and the prices are just all over the place. But I have seen them on the social media marketplaces. They're usually going for about $20 to $30, which would make it better to buy it if I had to buy one. So definitely surprised with this little graphics card, and I really thought it was going to be a fake. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see what we come up with next.